Welcome to the first ever Haag Ford F-150 towing test / experiment. Behind us we have 3 F-150s, 5-liter V8, V6 3.5 EcoBoost, and the all-new 3-liter diesel.
We have read a lot on these trucks, what they'll do, what they won't do, but a lot of people don't really try it out. So we want to try it out with each individual truck. We want to do fuel mileage for you. We're going to drive the same piece of road that we drive with each truck, towing the same tractor and trailer, and we're going to see what these things will do, and especially the all-new diesel. This will be the first real road test with it.
So we're kind of interested to see how it does against these other ones that have been out for 5 or 6 years now.
We're on the second generation EcoBoost 3.5, so should be a fun day. A lot of knowledge, a lot of data for you guys. You serious towers. What are we going to be towing today? How much weight?
We have a tractor on an equipment trailer hooked up. We're looking at about around 5,000 pounds total. We stuck with that weight because about anything ever that Ford recommends a weight distribution hitch. I do not have one on this trailer, so this is what we're towing. We have a 40-mile road trip planned out. We're going to drive the same one for each truck and give you fuel mileage and time and our impressions on it. So we'll break down the stats on each motor as we're in the truck driving it. We're going to start out with the 5-liter first. Hope you guys enjoy it. See you inside the truck.
So the 5.0, I mean, it's a staple motor for the Ford Motor Company. Been around forever. Been in the Mustangs for a long time.
2011, I think, came out.
Yes,
I think
truck.
10 was the 5.4 still.
Yes. Introduced in 2011 in the F-150s. 395 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque. No new technology. This thing's been around and ran a lot of miles.
Just to clarify too, all 3 of these trucks are crew cabs. They're all four-wheel drive. They all have a 355 rear end in them. The only difference is the diesel is a 6.5 foot bed versus a 5.5 foot bed on the 5-liter and the V6. It's the only diesel we had, so we got as close as we could on configurations.
Pretty similar in fuel too. We filled them up all about...
I've got about 25, 27 gallons in them, so weight should be the same on just about every one.
So at which trip are we going to eat? Just saying. Can't slave me and Troy all day without feeding us. So this is a pretty good incline. I noticed the transmission's had a downshift.
Running 50 miles an hour. We are in 6th gear still. Getting ready to downshift again, I would imagine.
I mean, how's throttle reaction feel? I mean, have you got it pretty far down? Or?
No, I'm not down really at all, to be honest. It's kind of cruising still at 47 mile an hour, running 5th up this hill. Hold it pretty good.
So really no bog down, really no hesitation. Really. Transmission did its job.
It had plenty left.
Yeah.
Finished the first leg. It's 12 miles. We're getting on the interstate now. Just wanted to throw out, yesterday I drove that same first 11.5 miles without a trailer, truck only, and got 18.2 miles to the gallon. With the trailer today, that same 12 miles was 9.6 miles to the gallon. So we're on the interstate now.
Should take the miles per gallon up a little bit here.
Set our cruise at 65 just so we're consistent on each route. We're on the highway now at 65. It's running at 9th. See if we have any constant shifting or not.
So we're halfway through the trip in the 5.0 with the last 8 or 9 miles being interstate driving. Fuel mileages went up, of course, being on the interstate. We're at 10.7 mile per gallon right now. We're 26 minutes into our trip. While on the interstate, we've spent most of our time probably in 9th gear.
Running 9th to 7th. We're on an interstate that's not. It's pretty flat. It's just has basically your kind of basic rolling up and down, nothing real steep or anything, but it seems to be going between 9th and 7th on the uphill, obviously. 10.7 miles to the gallon right now. Just hit a little bit of a hill. Did take us down to 5th right now.
We're in 5th right now, going up a pretty good incline, but no real hesitation or bog down of the vehicle at all. I mean, it's climbing it and asking for more.
We just finished up our first trip with the 5-liter. We got 11 miles to the gallon. It was a 37-mile trip, took us 42 minutes. Found gears well, didn't struggle to find the right gear at all. Ran mainly 9th and 7th on the highway at 65 miles an hour. Again, we're hauling 5,000 pounds. That is actually only about half of what the truck is rated to tow. It does have a rating of 11,600 pounds when properly configured.
Okay, next up, the 3.5 EcoBoost. It brings 375 horsepower to the table, but 475 foot-pounds of torque. It is also the highest rated towing F-150 at 13,200 pounds. So we're pretty excited to see this thing work.
We're coming back to that first little hill on the first leg.
What gear are we in right now?
Running 7th.
There's a downshift.
Downshift to 6. Need to be running about 45. So we're going to 5th. 5th is accelerating up this hill.
God, that's blimpy for real. I was kidding.
Man, we drove right past it.
No way you're driving me past that 3 times today. Stretch of interstate that we were in the 5.0, we're in the 3.5 EcoBoost. We're about 13 miles into the trip. Right now we're currently at 11.9 miles per gallon. A little bit better fuel mileage so far on the trip. Of course, we're not done yet. And performance has been pretty strong.
You really don't know it. No, there's even a trailer behind you, to be honest. So we were about 1.5 miles per gallon better on fuel mileage when we got on the interstate compared to the 5.0. We did run about 3 to 5 miles per hour slower on that first leg in this truck because we kind of got stuck behind a semi. If you want to take that into consideration, I don't think it would have hurt us too much, but maybe 0.2, 0.3 miles to the gallon.
We just finished up road trip number 2 with the V6 EcoBoost. It was a good ride. It excelled over the 5-liter just in power delivery, the feel of it, just a very smooth running motor. 43-minute round trip. It was 37.4 miles. Somehow we got an extra 2.2 miles on that trip, not really sure how. 12.2 miles to the gallon, so we were 1.2 miles to the gallon better than the 5-liter, but definitely felt better. Just a very smooth motor. Ran about the same gears the whole time, 9 and 7 is about the gears that both of them have seemed to want to run. There was one spot on 74, the main highway we're using, where the 5-liter downshifted to 5th to pull it. This truck, the V6 EcoBoost, did not. It ran at 7th up that hill at the same exact speed. So it does have a little more power, obviously. The diesel's up for a challenge, I think, to beat it, but we're about to load the diesel up and see what happens.
Okay, here we go. I know what we've been waiting for and probably what everybody else has been waiting for. Just started our journey in the new 3.0 diesel F-150. We're going to take the same exact route, pull in the same exact weight, and put this thing to the test and see how it does.
So far it's been a little different. The diesel has ran 10th quite a bit in these first, it's only been 6 miles, but the other 2 did not hit 10th gear on this road at all. This one's going back and forth between 10th and 9th. Just downshifted to 6th on the hill, running 45.
Doesn't appear to be any signs of any struggle either at all. So
you were scared.
I was a little scared, yeah. The horsepower got me. I guess that's the
beautiful thing about a diesel.
Difference in diesel horsepower and gas horsepower. Pulling on the stretch of interstate. So far, so good. kind of the first for all of us with this one, so paying attention. We're about 11 miles into it. We're at 13.6 mile per gallon right now. Also, I recommend your local Blimpie store.
We made a quick lunch stop at the local Blimpie. Highly recommended.
I had the amazing Sicilian sub with all the trimmings.
We are getting off the highway in the diesel. We're at mile 34 of 37. A couple different things on the diesel. It ran 10th gear pretty much the whole time on the highway. For the hills, it would go to 8th, whereas the EcoBoost would do 9 and 7. And the 5 liter was pretty much 9 and 7 too, with the 1/5 gear shift there on the one hill. The diesel did pull the 2 hills in 8th versus 7th like the other two. We just got back with the diesel. It changed our minds a bit. It's a different animal. We honestly didn't expect a whole lot, the little bit that we've drove it.
I was worried.
It's just a different, completely different feel. I mean, it's not going to rip your neck off, but it's got the power. It's there.
I think it's definitely built to tow. I mean, when we asked more of it going up a hill, was no problem. Really didn't have to downshift. You just had that solid diesel power, and I mean, I think the thing's honestly made to tow. I mean, we ended up with 15.1 mile a gallon. 15.3 miles per gallon, which is pretty amazing. I feel like, I mean, it crushed the other 2 motors, and I'm very pleased with it. And like I said, I was a little worried, but we wanted to see it in person. We wanted to see it we really wanted to see it do it, instead of just reading it in the magazine.
Definitely a different feel. It's something you just got to experience. It did stay about a gear higher than the other 2 did. It ran 10th and 8th. Only truck to actually run in 10th gear the whole trip, versus the other 2 never went past 9th. It even ran 10th on the state highway right behind us. Before we got to the interstate, it ran 10th a lot on that, and it pulled all the highway hills in 8th gear and didn't bat an eye. It's just a different feeling.
Well, it's our first time with the diesel. It's actually one of our first, I guess you could say, tech videos. Like I said, with all the things in the news today that aren't always exactly true and everything that's printed, so we just wanted to do it ourselves, kind of see exactly with the same exact setup, the same miles, what it would do, how it would perform in any of the 3 trucks, and to kind of help our customers out. You know what your needs are in a truck and an F-150. So if you are going to pull heavy a lot, I recommend this new animal here. It's what it's made for. If you're just gonna run to the farm store and get some bags of feed or something, of course any of them are gonna work. If you want complete takeoff power, I would say that the 350 or the 3.5 EcoBoost has definitely proven that today. And if you want tried and true old school power, you still got the 5.0.
Just to recap, the 5.0 did 11 miles to the gallon. The V6 EcoBoost did 12.2, and the diesel did 15.3. 15.3 miles to the gallon, pulling 5,000 pounds. So
pretty impressive. Haag Ford, just another reason why
we are the difference. Thanks for watching, guys.